Breathe in the nose and out the mouth. Hey y'all, I'm so glad you're here. You hear me being the hype squad behind Grace. And most of you know me, but some of you don't, but I'm like the one that sends out the annoying messages. Like, Grace is like the nice side of it. I'm like, hey, you gotta pay your bill. That's me. Sorry, I really do love all of you, and I hope you don't take that that way. But I just want you to know, Grace said it earlier, but we really, truly do. I want you to know how grateful we are that all of you are here. Putting these things together is a feat in itself, and having you show up to better yourself is a big deal, and I want you all to make sure to understand how important that is to us, and we're so proud of you for being here to better yourself, because you are amazing. Woo! Oh, thank you. So to be your own hero, it takes dedication and willingness, and to becoming a better you is a big deal. So for that, and you being here, it shows that all of you are in the right line. Like you're on your way. You're already better today than you were yesterday. How amazing is that? So when I started this Mary Kay journey about 8 years ago, and P.S., can I tell you that 8 years is like a flash? Can you, Grace, does it feel like 8 years?
It does.
No, where did it go? I have no idea. But I was really a different person. When I started, I was the person that sat in the way back row. Yeah, I'm sitting in the back, but that's on purpose. I didn't want to be called on. I didn't want to have any light shined on me. And I'd honestly, besides the fact that I can't breathe right now, I'd really be shaking in my pants, like having a heart attack, having this conversation with you 8 years ago today. Like if that was the case. I didn't want any light shined on me. I seemed happy on the outside, but inside I was really a hot mess. Hot mess. Great, yeah. I had no self-esteem. I was in a marriage that wasn't serving me. I could barely afford to eat. Honestly, y'all, that's why I was so thin. And I did things that I knew pleased other people. When you find a great guy, you eat a lot, I guess. No, don't get me wrong.
What makes you fat?
What makes you fat? As long as they love my fat, it's fine. Don't get me wrong, at one point, prior to my life, I was like succumbing to the noise of the people around me. Like what people would say, and I had to do certain things to be a certain way. But prior to that, I was like a really bold little girl. Like I was the one that would be on my bike and I would jump a bike, like a jump on my bike, and I'd fall off and I'd just get up and brush the blood away and be like, that was not my best try, girl. I'm going again. Right? But then the world got to me, and the people around me fed me stories about the way things should be that I believed, and I became a scared girl again for quite a while, and that's really scary to think about that. Then the light shined down on me, and it opened this pink door, like pink bubble on the other side, and I literally like creeped my way through it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna put one foot in and just see how this goes. So I did this Mary Kay thing. I sold the minimum amount of product to just stay active. I struggled finding new clients because the majority of the people around me were womp, womp, womp people, like rain on my parade, nothing's good for me. People that didn't believe in me and just kind of kept me down in their level. I just kind of hung out and floated for a while in Mary Kay. But during that time, I showed up to every meeting and every event because I liked how I felt when I was there and when I left. It was like a spark was lighting a little bit more each time I was there. And then I would go back home with all of my excitement to my husband saying it was a cult and they were filling my brain with crazy things. And she's laughing because she knows it's true. And he would just burst every bubble that I had. And then I needed to find a real job to make the money. But keep in mind, I was a full-time student working full-time at a financial institution. I was doing this to earn extra money, but this just wasn't enough. I had to find a real job. Okay. That clearly served him well because I went to seminar about 2 years later, and when I came back from seminar, I divorced him. Not saying y'all should do that, but I will say events change lives. So y'all are here. Don't go divorce your husbands, only if they suck. After that, the transition period was rough. Y'all, I fell to my lowest point, lost the majority of my friends, the people that I thought were friends, and I spent every last dime I had paying for a new life because he wouldn't pay for a lawyer. And I just coasted through life, like I was just there. But I knew where I wasn't where I was going to stay. And I continued to show up to the meetings. I put myself out there, and I got more leads. And step by step, I climbed out of the hole that I fell into. And as I got closer to the top, it was like one door after another just kept opening up for me. Literally, it was just like falling into my lap because I was putting myself out there. Anybody ever feel like that happens sometimes? Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's not crazy. Well, I said that. There's only Shooty. She's rubbing off on me here. And it's enough space in between these. I had to push myself over the ledge to live a life that I knew would be scary for a bit, but I knew I would come out further ahead and stronger than ever. And can I tell you that I wouldn't want it any other way? Here I am today, living the best life with the best man. I just showed a few of you a picture of him snuggling with my dog on the couch. It's a great life. And it really seems like a dream. Like, I wake up in the morning and I love my life. It's fantastic. What's even better is that because of my growth, the people around me grew. My mom is super strong. Like, before, she would be kind of hidden in the back like I used to be. But now she does what she wants. And she's, like, getting out of her shell. She's, like, 60 years old and finally coming out. Come on, girl. Like, that's great. Because of my growth, my sister is a better mother. And she's instilling such better values into my little nephews. They're so dang cute. I just love it. And because of my growth, Anthony left a job that he hated and is now self-employed. So now we're both self-employed. Hashtag COVID rocks. But we made it through because we both knew and believed and grew enough to know that we would do whatever it took to get through it. And here we are, still on the other side, living our life, doing the best we can. Yeah. And because of my growth, my friends hold me to a higher standard because I set that and I want that. I want a higher standard because I want them to be better and I want to be better and I want it to be a circle. My roller coaster ride landed me on top of this mountain that I stand on with my cape soaring behind me and the wind blowing through the little bit of hair that I have. And dang it feels so good. I didn't settle for less than what I knew I deserved, and I didn't settle when life seemed too hard to trudge through. I didn't settle to the standards other people set for me, because heroes don't settle, right? We're not settling. So I want everybody to close their eyes for a minute. I'm looking at all of you, Sydney. Take a minute to reflect on this past year, this past decade, or your lifetime. Think about an obstacle you have overcome in that time frame. Think about how it started and what it felt like going through it. Everybody feel a little sick right now? Think about what you did to push on and how you feel being on the other side of that. With your eyes still closed, I want you to raise your right hand. Such good listeners. Now give yourself a pat on the back, or a hug, or whatever you need to do. Because, girl, you did it. I want to hear you out loud say, I did it.
I did it.
I did it.
You got through that struggle. You are better on the other side, right? Yeah. You didn't settle for something that was less than because you deserve better. And you knew enough to fight for it. Because you are a hero. And heroes don't settle. Oh, I'm not done. No, I'm not done.
Oh, good. Okay. I'll sit down.
Just seemed like so much. So now let's look at present day. Write down a situation on your notebooks that you're in right now that is less than what you want. That's not quite ideal. Emily, Freiberger. Are you writing something down? Now think about your business and the opportunities Mary Kay has to offer. What can your business do for you to get you out of that situation? It could be anything from showing up to work on your headspace to sharing the opportunity, like Emily was talking about, to build your tribe and gain more connections to get you out of the house, to sell more product, to bring in more money. It could be just giving yourself a promotion to replace a job or pay off debt or build a garage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Write it down. I'm not going to make you share this. So I want you to be honest and true with yourself. What is something that you're in right now that your business can help change? And might I suggest that if you don't know how your business can help, ask your director. She'll love to help you. Now in big letters, over or around or somewhere near that, right? I am my own hero. And I will get through this. Because where you're at right now is not where you're going to stay, because heroes don't settle. And at some point today, we have lunch coming up pretty soon. I have a board over there that says I am my own hero. And we're going to pledge that we are not settling. I want you to sign your little name on there. I have everybody who's here. I'll know who didn't sign. I want you to sign your name on that because we're pledging. We are not settling because we are our own heroes. So I read this article the other day, and I felt really in my heart that it needed to be said, so this might not have anything to do with what I'm talking about, but here we are. Because I really felt like I needed it too. But just remember as I'm reading this that we're all successful women, and successful women are here to learn and be better. Behind every successful woman is a past, most likely a difficult past she had to walk through and trudge through and claw through inch by inch and ugly day by ugly day. A past that knocked her down but didn't keep her down. A past that broke her down but also didn't allow her to not break through. A past that caused her tears but didn't tear her apart. Behind every successful woman is a list of failures, probably a fairly long list of moments she fell flat on her face and had to face the music that she had come up short. Behind every successful woman is a voice, a series of voices from her past, from her present, from her own mind, telling her that she's not the one, and she probably shouldn't even bother. She'll never make it. She'll never be enough. Behind every successful woman are eyes watching her every move to see if she makes it to the top, or hits every rock as she falls and flails and flops on her way down to the dirt at the very bottom. Eyes set on copying her or criticizing her and bringing her down to their level. Behind every successful woman is the woman she used to be, the one who was scared and worried, the one who caught and cared what everyone thought and tried over and over again to please the masses, the one who cried alone in the dark, and the one who wanted to bury her head in the sand. Behind every successful woman is a fire and a dream and a determination and a passion and a will and a desire to see this thing through until the very end. Because giving up may cross her mind, but she will never let it take up the residence in her heart. Behind every successful woman is a village of other women who support her and love her and push her to be her absolute best, but stick by her even when she's at her absolute worst. A village of other women who would choose to compete, but take the higher, better road of collaboration instead. A village of other women who don't just fix her crown, but also bend down to pick it up and dust it off when it's fallen off. A village of other women who refuse to get jealous, who refuse to compare, who refuse to belittle or go low, who refuse to gossip or leave out or hurt just to watch her crumble under the pressure. A village of other women who tell the truth when it's hard, when it's easy, when it's uncomfortable, when a lie could be the simpler road. A village of other women who pick her up and put her back on her feet when she's gone off course. A village of women who have the courage to encourage her. A village of women who have the strength to strengthen her. A village of women who have her heart and her back and her front and her side and her soul and her spirit and her best interest in mind, always. So here's to the past that made you who you are. Here's to the list of failures that taught you to do it better. Here's to the voices you learned to quiet. And here's to the eyes you learned to shrug off. Here's to the women you are becoming. And here's to the fire that you won't let quit. Here's to the village who builds you up in big and small ways every single day. And here's to the God who tells the stars where to shine and still loves you even more. Here's to you, successful women. Keep burning bright, keep burning light, and bringing on will shine. The world needs exactly who you are, exactly what you have, and exactly what you're doing. You matter. Shine on, love on, live on. And with that being said, I challenge you to continue to grow and better yourself, to recognize your village of women, and to be part of that village for someone else. To pinpoint what mountain you're stuck on, big or small, and do whatever it takes to get to the top, so your cape, too, can soar in the wind behind you. Because heroes don't settle.
Woo! Good job, Tim. Woo!
I sometimes